Hey, good morning everybody. It's Mike and thanks for joining me this morning. Got a question for you this morning. Do you feel like you're working all the time? With the Labor Day weekend coming up, I thought it was an appropriate time to visit this issue. I know so many of us, maybe you're feeling a little tired, maybe you're feeling a little strung out, maybe you're feeling like you just work all the time. My contention is we're not working all the time, but it often feels like it. And in real estate, I think the dynamic is, while I may not be classically working, I'm on call all the time. And I never get a break from this thing called the phone. It's a long, long leash, isn't it? Between emails, text, and phone calls, I'm never off. Or it feels like I'm never off. Well, you know, a lot of other professionals have the same issue. Let's take a look for a second of how they deal with it. So, how do doctors deal with this? Or, you know, that's life and death in many cases, right? How do they deal with, like, if they're not available, somebody could get into some serious trouble? Well, they have partners, right? Now, I'm not talking about teams, because you know I think this is a bunch of junk. It's highly manipulative. We're not even going to have that conversation this morning. It's just ridiculous. But what I am going to talk about is having coverage partners. Somebody that's similar to you in the level of their business, that their customer service standards are similar to yours. You're kind of synced up a little bit. And if you want some help with this, just come see me. I'm glad to help. But you alternate coverage so that your customers are always taken care of. They're not abandoned. Folks, abandoning your customers is not a very good strategy. They deserve better than that. But you don't have to work 24/7, 365 to make that happen. You can have a coverage partner and you alternate weekends. So perhaps with my coverage partner, I took 4th of July and I was on call then and they were off and their calls are forwarded to me, their emails are forwarded to me, and I respond to them and say, hey, so-and-so's not available. This is Mike, I'm covering for them, how can I help? To expect to handle your business all the time, to be on call all the time, I will contend is grossly unfair to the people you care about. To your family and friends, for you to be at the beach with them and have this damn phone in front of your face all the time and keep chattering away and responding to text and sending emails, that's very unfair to the people you care the most about. Why don't we just have a coverage partner? And we swap weekends. We sit down with an annual calendar and we swap, hey, you take Thanksgiving, I'll take Christmas this year. Next year we'll swap them back. This weekend, Labor Day's Monday. Are you going to be on call again? If I was in your family, wouldn't I be saying something like, Mom, you were on call for Memorial Day and for Easter and for Dad's birthday and for 4th of July. Can you not take a day off? And the answer to that is, honey, I'm dealing with big ticket sales. If I miss a phone call or an opportunity or a deal falls apart because I wasn't available, that could cost us $10,000 to $15,000. And that's just too big of a risk to take. And I would say that answer is correct if that's the only way to handle it. Finding a coverage partner where you work it out. Now, in my opinion, I don't think there has to be a financial arrangement. As long as your businesses are at similar levels, hey, whatever comes in on your business this weekend, Labor Day weekend, and I'm covering for you, that's yours, and you take it back as soon as you come back. And I'm glad to do that for you because you're going to do the same thing for me. And it doesn't just have to be holidays, does it? Couldn't it be nights and weekends? So here at my company, we have 5 brokers, and one of us is always available to our associates. Always. But it's not always me. This week, I'm on call. So if you need broker support, you'll call our broker hotline and it'll ring to me. And that may be good or bad news to you. But somebody's always on call. It's just not me all the time. It's not Melissa or Dwayne or Karen all the time. We rotate this. So maybe 1 week out of every 5 or 6, I am on call for that week, but that's not such a heavy burden. The heavy burden is when it's all the time. Are you on call all the time? And does that make you feel like you're working all the time? And is that fair to your family and friends? And do they ever feel in competition with your real estate business? Well, then what I want to encourage you today is be a tad bit more clever about this. Find a coverage partner. You cover for them without expectation of return, and they cover for you without expectation of return. And as long as your businesses are at similar levels, like, look, if you're closing $2 million a year and you partner up with somebody that's closing $20 million a year, you're going to feel like you're giving a lot more than you're getting. Don't do that. Partner up with somebody at a similar production level. And then don't have an expectation of financial return. Be kind, be generous with this, and expect them to be the same with you. So that we're not working 24/7, 365. Now, I got one other thought going into this weekend. Go out there today and make it happen for yourself.